Hi folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride. Today we are here in Osseo at the InterMarque Car Show, and we're here with David and this beautiful 1959 Mercedes-Benz 190 SL.
That's correct.
And it's a stunning girl, let me tell you.
Thank you very much.
Wow. So I know your neighbors are standing off screen, and they claim that they just loaned you the car to bring today, but really it belongs to David.
Thanks.
So there's a lot of this car that's original.
Yes.
So let's start back with how you got the car.
Oh, I got the car was
started here
3 years ago. I showed up at this car show in my 1951 Mercedes 220 Cabriolet.
Okay.
And this guy rolls in next to me and parks next to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm going to go home with that car. But he wasn't willing to sell it at the time. And I did, 3 weeks later, contact him, and I did purchase the car. And I wanted to do, it wasn't all restored, it was repainted,
okay.
But it had a red interior, and I went ahead and had the interior changed to tan, and pulled the motor out and went through the whole deal.
Now, you also did some work underneath because there was some coating.
Yep.
So tell us about that, because that's a dirty job.
It was terrible. Yep. A friend of mine, Jazzy, runs a shop, and we put it up on his lift, and for weeks all we did was clean it up with chemical and scrape and get that old undercoating off. The person who painted it, what I wanted is I wanted to know that the bottom of the car was as nice as the top of the car. And so by getting that clean, I was able to find that it's all original steel, all original panels, no new floor plans, no rust repair or anywhere on the car.
And all the wiring was there too.
Yep. I've not rewired the car or anything. I just restored the motor and put a different interior in it.
And you used, of course, to not scrape anything, you used plastic
putty knives, in order not to scratch the paint, yeah.
Did you have to spend a lot of nights in the garage sleeping?
No.
You use brake fluid?
No. Jazzy was very helpful with that, and he's a younger guy, has more energy than I did. So
wow, that's a labor of love.
Yeah,
let me tell you. Okay, so now you said you redid the interior and you changed the color, but the look of the seats where the stitching is, that's all exactly where it would have been.
All stock what it is, 1959.
So
correct.
And the carpet color was changed then.
Carpet color was changed as well. Yep.
And now this is of course manual top, right?
Yes, manual top.
I noted something interesting. You explained something to me earlier, but you got the center rod in the windshield. And from a distance, it almost looks like a split windshield because you don't know what it is. What's that for?
Just one sheet of glass, but the top needs to be attached at each one of the window posts and then in the middle of it. And so they're not pulling on the glass in the windshield frame by putting that rod in. That ties it to the car.
Interesting. Yeah, so support. So yeah.
Yep.
Now, another thing I noticed that's really interesting is your sun visors.
Yep.
They don't really block the sun.
They do a little bit.
They're tinted.
That's correct. That's what they came.
That's the only time I've ever seen a tinted.
Yep. In I believe it was 1960 they changed to leather visors from the clear plastic. This is the same visors that I have on my 1951 Mercedes.
Okay. Now the steering wheel, I'm guessing, is probably ceramic.
You know what? It's some sort of like a Bakelite or something like that. And then it's real unique. These are the turn signals. So this is the turn signal detail of the car.
Oh man, that's really neat. Now,
real cute.
The transmission it's a 4-speed.
4-speed with reverse. Yep.
Okay, and the motor and the transmission, the body, all have matching numbers.
Yes, they do. Yep.
So can we take a look a minute at the? I'll hold your mic.
There you go.
We'll take a look at the engine. Now the engine was a 4-cylinder.
Yep.
Okay, and that was the standard. There wasn't another option to get anything, a 6 or anything. Okay.
No. 4-cylinder overhead cam, Solex carburetors.
Okay. And this one you had rebuilt.
I did. I packaged it up and sent it to California to Metric Motors, and they rebuilt the engine.
So you did all the work to take everything out.
No, I did some, but Jazzy is a friend of mine.
Between you guys, you got it out.
Right. Yep.
And now you say
he did.
I didn't. The rest of the engine compartment is
stock. Yep, we did not touch that. We did not repaint it or anything. We just left it. I feel it's better to have more of an original car as I could.
I mean, that's astounding, though. I mean, that had to be stored really well. Somebody knew what they had on their hands.
That's right.
Is where that goes.
It only has like 135,000 kilometers, which, I'm sorry, 139,000 kilometers, which relates to probably around 88 or 90,000 miles.
So this was imported then from Germany?
Yep.
Okay, originally. Otherwise, it would have had...
That would be my guess, yes. Right. Oh, yeah.
Did they sell these in the United States?
They did, yes.
Okay, so that would have had a miles per hour gauge.
That's correct.
Okay, let's move to the rear here and take a look at some of the features in the back. So the reflector lights.
Yep.
Are these
stock?
That is stock.
No, that is stock. Yep. That's what they came with.
And then these right in here, were they just
that's a license plate light. The lights for the license plate.
Oh, they're right on the inside.
Sure. Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yep. And then the tail lights.
Yep.
They would have come off as one unit, right?
They do come out. Yep. So. Yep, I've got the running light on the top, the reverse light, and then the brake light on the bottom.
Okay. So can we look inside the trunk here?
Sure. Yep. My messy trunk.
A full-size spare, though.
Yep. Tucked down into a
new cars, you gotta like buy another car to get that, and that's just standard.
Exactly.
Good size trunk, though. For a convertible.
Yep.
Okay. One thing I forgot to talk about on the interior right here. Come back up over here, but let's talk about, and you can catch these door switches down here, Rob, but that's what I'm talking about. So you got a normal standard window
crank.
I'm assuming the one
front is the latch,
and what is the other one?
The lock. Slides back and forth for the lock.
Just a manual lock.
Manual lock.
Okay, and then there was an option to get some seats. You
could get a Kinder seat, was an option, but this car did not come with it.
Did not have one.
Right.
So what you have instead is some nice storage.
Yes.
Right behind you.
Right.
Well, you sit low to the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Talk us a little bit through what all these switches do down here.
Just ranges from the blower motor, heater motor, and the headlight switch, and the dash lights, and a choke and starter button, and then heater controls and a cigarette lighter.
So which one is the starter button?
It's just on the just to the right of the fuel gauge. There's a chrome.
So you had to turn the key.
Oh, turn the key to on, and then
you
push
it. I couldn't see it. The dashboard has stuck out.
Yep.
And all the gauges on here. You've got RPM, you've got a tach, you've got fuel volts, and then engine temp. Right?
Yes, correct.
Those all correctly from this distance without my glasses? Okay. And those are all standard.
They are.
Yep. Okay. What were the white and red lights up on the dash here for?
One of them is when the choke is out, it's the white light is on, and then the red light is like an alternator light for voltage.
Okay. All right. And does the radio still work?
Radio still works. It has a tube amplifier.
Oh, boy.
And then the clock is a wind up like a watch.
Okay. So is that inside the glove compartment?
You drop the glove compartment door and twist the outside of it, and it winds up like a watch.
Wow. And then, did the passenger have separate vent controls?
Correct.
Wow.
Yep.
I love all that chrome.
It is.
It's just something else. You don't.
And I didn't have to redo it or anything. It came that way.
That's what we were talking about earlier. You didn't rechrome anything, and
I didn't.
I hope it comes across well on camera. I'm sure it will. Chrome usually does, but it's fantastic shape.
Thank you.
Just amazing. Okay, let's step over on this side. Let's talk about your tires a little bit, because these would have been original hubcaps.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And so now the tires, I'm assuming, are a modern tire with an old look. So
they're a radial. Radial tire with a white wall look.
Were the rims painted?
Stock rims.
Okay. So the you got the hubcap.
Yep.
But then inside the rim itself is painted red.
Correct, like the body color.
And then you have the trim piece.
The beauty ring. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's all.
All stock.
Well, would have been just that.
And the inside of the rim is a gray. The inside
okay,
is gray.
and gray.
Yep, and
So
the
it's
bottom
actually,
of the car
it's
is
actually
as
painted.
well.
It's not just
Yes,
left.
correct. Yep, I had those powder coated before I put the tires
So
on.
when you stand at this angle and you look at the car,
Yep.
there are so many little lines. The longer you stand here, I think the
Right.
more you pick up. But you know, you've got where the headlight curves. I mean, what's your favorite thing about
All
the
of
car?
All of it. It's fun to drive.
It doesn't have a bad angle, does it?
No, no,
And it drives well. Now,
Very.
you do drive it.
a lot.
So
I
it's not a
drive.
showpiece.
I drive each
Well,
one of
it
my
is,
cars. Each one of my cars every day of the week, or each. I'll drive my 51 on a Monday and this one on a Tuesday and a 280 SL on a Wednesday and keep on going for every day of the week. Yep, I come from my office to my home.
Well, and you know, cars are
And,
meant to be driven,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
Not-
yep.
not-
Doesn't get a lot of miles on it, but it gets
Nope,
some.
but it gets some good exercise. What
Right.
a beautiful piece of history.
Thank you.
Oh man, David, thank you so much for taking
You're
your
welcome,
time
you
to
guys.
share this with us. And what a stunning car.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
Thanks for
Appreciate
watching,
it, you
folks.
guys. Thank you.